Hi, I'm David Partika, and I created CSS Burner as a rapid optimization tool for CSS. I'm going to launch this new playlist called Finding Common Errors for the Optimized CSS channel, and I'm going to use this video as the first installment in the series. And this playlist is going to be about the kind of very easy to make but difficult to diagnose errors for CSS that will just make us pull our hair out as developers because we have way too little time to do everything that we need to do. And that list, as we know, is very long. So a lot of times we try to do things quickly and we don't even realize that we might have goofed up somewhere. And sometimes retracing your steps and finding the problem is easy, but sometimes it's difficult. So I'm going to show you a case where it can be scary when it happens because sometimes it's tough to diagnose. So, okay, here's the scenario. Let's say that you're just looking through your application, you're just browsing around, and you notice something you don't like, just a little thing. You notice that there's an element, in this case the scan button, that has a style that you think could be tweaked a little bit. So let's say that this margin top for the scan button, I want it to be a little bit more, maybe like 2 or 3 more pixels. And I've determined that 2 or 3 pixels by using Chrome developer tools, and so that is a good amount, to increment the margin top. So I've come to that decision. So I'm going to go back to my IDE, whether it be NetBeans or PHP Storm or what have you, and I'm going to just make the change in the source file. You won't be able to see it here. So what I'm going to do, just for the purposes of this video, is I'm going to paste the CSS, and I'm going to find the scan button rule. And we see, oh, there's margin top 12 pixels, and I just want it to be like 2 more pixels. And so, oh, right here, I see a 14 pixel font size. I'm just going to copy that really quickly, and I'm just going to paste in and move on with my life. And in real life, what we would do is we would paste this into the .css file, or make this change in the CSS file. And so you can't see it on the screen, so I just made the change in the CSS file. And now let's clear the cache. And maybe we do some other things with our CSS, or we look at some other file somewhere else, and then we finally go back to our application. And what happened? Oh my gosh! Now the subscribe button is not even red anymore. Elements have been rearranged around the page. I see that there's misalignment everywhere. I see that these icons, which used to be much bigger, are now microscopic. And it's something that maybe you could hit Control Z a whole bunch of times, but it depends on what exactly you did. And finding it might not be that easy because you might have done like 10 more things after that change. And so I've been here, and you panicked before, but let's show how CSS Burner can help us. And I'm going to now have this source file, and I'm going to just change things back the way they were before, just to show you how you can use CSS Burner. But I'm going to scan the broken style sheet. So I need to actually revert CSS Burner to a functional state. But I'm going to scan the broken CSS. I'm going to show you how it can help you. So let's restore CSS Burner to how it was. But let's now paste in the broken CSS, and let's find out what the heck happened that broke the CSS on my application, as I showed you about a minute ago. So let's just select all the options here. Warnings, optimizations, let's check in. I don't need the dumb URL. Now let's scan this and let's find out what the heck happened. and I look through my errors, and right away I see a contender. I have now a missing right brace on a block, and we see it's on line 109, and you can't see how it's green. Normally that would be green, so that's on line 109. So let's just unhighlight that and go back to 109, and just to help you see it better. And we see right here, there's a missing right brace. And so what happened was, and let me just show you what exactly I did that caused this error. And it's very common because there are missing right braces in many style sheets that I've scanned on the web, production style sheets. And you wonder how those kind of things could happen, but they're hard to diagnose in many cases. So let's reset, and I'm going to just recreate the sequence. So let's copy my good style sheet here, and I'm going to go to scan button and just show you what I did before. So what happened was I copied, and I took this 14 pixel rule and I pasted, but what I did was, just because I was moving so quickly, remember, we're developers, we don't have enough time, I just very quickly pasted this, and in the process, so I'm going to Control Z, let's see it again. In the process, I wiped out the right brace, the closing right brace that I had. And this is a difficult thing to spot because your IDE may not pick this up as an error at all. So it's very commonly done, but CSS Burner can find this with an algorithm that it uses to detect missing right braces. So I've created an algorithm that uses a best guess estimate, and with highest probability places a closing right brace where it should have been. So in this case, the closing right brace for the scan button rule was deleted accidentally when we were pasting, because like I said, we were moving so quickly. And so that's what CSS Burner can find that in a scan and can help you, maybe can save you from a couple of white hairs. Let's just put it that way. So I just wanted to kick off this series of finding common errors with something that I've done myself. And I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the Optimized CSS channel if you haven't done so already, and look for more of these videos in the near future.